let's solve another equation with variables on both sides. So I'll take us through this one. Now, in the last video, we talked about moving all of your variables over to one side and then isolating from there. But before you do that, you want to make sure that you focus on the left side and then the right side separately and see if there's anything you can do to simplify. So can you add, subtract, multiply, divide, anything? Well, when I look at the left side of this equation, I see that there's a 4 in front of the parentheses, so that's right here. I need to distribute that 4 in before I try and move anything around. So I distribute and I multiply to the 3x and to the 1, giving me 12x plus 4. Now on the right, I see a negative 2 in front of the parentheses. So I'm going to take that whole negative 2 and distribute that as well. So the 14 stays, but this negative 2 gets distributed, and I have a negative 8 and a plus 2x. Now I keep simplifying as much as I can. On the left-hand side, I can't add anything. I can't multiply anything. So that stays the way it is. But on the right, I can add the 14 and the negative 8, or 14 minus 8. So I do that subtraction, 14 minus 8, and I get 6. And then the plus 2x just stays. So now on the right, there's nothing further that I can do to add, subtract, multiply, divide. So everything on each side separately is totally simplified. So now I can start moving things from one side to the other. Generally, we like to keep the variables positive, so I'm going to find the bigger one. Here's my bigger coefficient, positive 12, and I'm going to move the smaller one to be with the bigger one. You could also, if you like, just get everything over to the left-hand side. It doesn't really matter, but it's generally a good practice to just keep the variables positive if you can. So I'm going to move my 2x from the right over to the left. And I do that by taking the whole term and moving all of it. So this whole term is connected to the 6 with adding, which means that if I want to move that whole piece over, I need to do the opposite of adding, which is subtracting. So I subtract the 2x from the right, and I subtract the 2x from the left, and I put it under the 12x so that I can just easily combine those like terms. So on the right, they go away, and I've got 10x plus 4 equals 6. Now we've got a pretty basic two-step equation. I want to get the whole 10x term alone. I'm not going to worry about the 10 yet. I want to get the whole piece alone, so I'm going to subtract my 4 first. And that leaves me with 10x is equal to 2. And now I undo the 10. So you kind of work from the outside in. Move the 4, and now we get rid of that 10 by dividing. And then on that right-hand side, I just keep it as a fraction and reduce it. So 2 over 10 is going to reduce down to 1 over 5. So my solution, x is 1/5. And you can, of course, go through and check this. I'm not going to do that in this video, but feel free to do that on your own. Okay, so hope that helped. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.